In this video, I'm going to do a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to trade futures on the Tapbit crypto exchange. If you're still relatively new to the platform and you'd like to learn about some of the basic functions, like how to deposit crypto assets or use the spot market, feel free to check out my Tapbit step-by-step beginner tutorial, and I'll leave a link to that video in the description down below for anyone that might find that helpful. In this video, I'll be focusing on futures trading. I'm going to show you how to internally transfer your assets from your spot account and into your derivatives account. Then I'll take you into the futures market, show you the different pairings, and get you familiar with the user interface. After that, we'll look at the funding rate, I'll show you how to change your margin mode, as well as how to adjust your leverage. Then I'll demonstrate some trades going long and short using market orders, limit orders, and how to set stop losses and take profits. I also left you a link in the description of this video, as well as in the pinned comment down below. If you use my link when creating an account, you're going to save 10% on all your trading fees for the lifetime of your account. Tapbit is also often running promotions for people who are signing up for the first time. These can be deposit bonuses, mystery boxes, giveaways, airdrops, and more. So if you use my link to create an account, you're going to save 10% on all your trading fees, as well as be eligible for the current promotion, whatever that might be by the time you're watching this video. You'll also be supporting my channel at no extra cost to you. This video is not financial advice and is for educational purposes only. Always do your own research before ever using a crypto exchange, including Tapbit. I also left you some timestamps in the description down below, so at any point feel free to skip to a section that might be most relevant to you. Let's get into the video. If you click on my link in the description of this video or in the pinned comment down below, you'll be redirected to this page here, where you can create an account using an email or a phone number. And anybody that uses my link when creating an account is going to get 10% cash back on all their trading fees for the lifetime of their account. So simply choose if you're going to use an email or a phone number, come up with a good password, make sure to read through the terms of service. If that looks good to you, check this box here and then click on register. So if anybody needs to create an account, now's a good time to pause this video, create an account, and I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. After creating your account, make sure to come up and check out some of the welcoming bonuses as well. To see those, come right up here where it says welcome bonus, give it a click. That'll bring you to this page here where you can explore some of the bonuses that are available to you. You can see here, complete the first trade with more than $100, get 5 USDT trading bonus. But right here, trade futures, get up to 5,000 USDT in trading bonuses. If we scroll down the page just a little bit, you'll be able to see the reward levels right here. So basically, the more you deposit onto the platform, the more that you trade with, the more in bonuses you can receive. So if you're going to be trading anyways, just make sure to come on in here and collect some of these bonuses. At the time of making this video, KYC is not necessary to create an account and use this platform, but some of the services will be a bit limited. For example, you won't be able to buy any crypto using fiat. Now, even though KYC is not necessary when I'm recording this video, that could change in the future. So I'm going to quickly show you where to go to get verified, just in case it's necessary by the time you're watching this video. To get verified, just come right up here to your profile icon, and in this drop-down menu, click here on ID verification. That'll bring you over to the identification form where you can go through the KYC process, which stands for Know Your Customer. During this process, you will have to take a photo of a government-issued document and submit it to Tapbit for verification. Simply start out by choosing the country or region that you reside in or that issued your document from this drop-down menu here, or search for it in the search bar. Put in your full name, date of birth, then choose the ID type you wish to submit by clicking right here. You can do an ID card, passport, or a driver's license. Just click on the document you wish to use. Then you'll need to upload a photo of the front of the document here. Then you'll need to upload a photo of the back side of the document. Then you'll need to take a selfie holding that document. Once you've done that, you just simply click here on Submit to complete the KYC process. Then from there, Tapbit's going to verify your documentation, and then KYC is complete. So if anybody needs to get verified, now's a good time to pause the video, get verified, and I'll see you on the next step of this tutorial. Before trading on the futures market, you'll have to transfer your assets from your spot account and into your derivatives account. You'll find a transfer button right here on your spot account, or you can come up here where it says assets, and then click on the transfer button right here. Then you'll get this pop-up window here where you can internally transfer your assets between your spot and derivatives account. And there's no fees to get this done. It's simply an internal transfer. You can see in my case, I'm already set up to transfer from spot and into derivatives, and I'll go ahead and transfer some tether. You'll be able to see your available balance right here, so you can type in a custom amount into this box if you want, or if you want to transfer all of it, just click here on max, then click on confirm. And transfer complete. You can see the tether has now left my spot account. If I come over here on the left-hand side and click on perpetual, you can now see that tether is inside my derivatives account. So now I'm ready to trade the tether pairings on the futures market. To get into the futures market, we'll come right up here where it says derivatives, then we'll click right here on USDT perpetual. And you'll likely get a pop-up window like this if it's your first time visiting the futures market. I'm just using a burner account here, so I'm getting this pop-up as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and close this out. You'll find your pairings right over here, top left-hand side. So in my case where it says BTC, USDT, hover your mouse over top of that, you'll get a drop-down menu with all the different pairings that you can trade. Simply click on the pairing that you wish to trade, or you can search for one in the search bar up above. But if I wanted Ethereum, I see it right here. I can click on ETH USDT, and you can see I just changed the pairing to ETH versus Tether. So now I'm ready to long or short Ethereum. If I want to get back to Bitcoin, we'll come up here. We can come down and click on Bitcoin. As you can see, I just changed the pairing back to BTC USDT. So now I'm ready to long or short Bitcoin. Long means you're betting on the price to go up, and short means you're betting on the price to go down. The price action chart on Tapbit is powered by TradingView. So this means you're going to have access to some basic drawing tools as well as some basic indicators from TradingView. You'll find the time frames for your price action chart at the top left-hand side of the chart. You can see in my case here, I'm currently set to a daily time frame. So that means each candlestick on this chart represents 1 day of time. If you want a different time frame, just click on the time frame you wish to view. So if I come back up here and click on 1H, now I've changed the price action chart to an hourly time frame. Now each candlestick on this chart represents 1 hour of time. All your drawing tools can be found over here on the left-hand side of the chart. And next to some of these drawing tools, you'll find a tiny triangle. If you click on that, it'll expand into a menu where you'll find additional drawing tools. If you want to add one of these to the chart, just left click on the drawing tool you wish to add. So let's go ahead and do a horizontal line. I'll left click on that. Now we can come over to the chart. I'll just go ahead and click right here on these candle bodies. Now, as you can see, I just added a horizontal line, marking out a little bit of resistance on the hourly time frame. If I want to move that around, I can hold down left click on top of the drawing tool. And now I can drag this horizontal somewhere else. So we can take it all the way down here. And we can mark out these candle bodies like this. And now I'm marking out a little bit of support on the hourly time frame. If I want to get rid of that horizontal, I can just click on this trash icon right here, and it's gone. Now, there's simply too many drawing tools for me to be covering in this beginner's tutorial. But in the future, I plan on building a playlist on my YouTube channel covering drawing tools and how to use them. So feel free to hit subscribe and watch out for that playlist. If you want to add an indicator, just come right up here where it says index, give that a click. Then you'll get this pop-up window here where you can scroll through some of the basic indicators from TradingView. Simply left click on the indicator you wish to add or search for one in the search bar. So if I wanted a MACD, I could just type in MACD like this. I can see it right there. So let's go ahead and left click on that. We'll close this out. Now, as you can see, I just added the moving average convergence divergence to the bottom of the chart. If I want to get rid of that, we'll come over here. We'll click on this little X right here. And as you can see, I just got rid of the MACD. Simple as that. You'll also notice this little line right here. If you hold down left click, you can squeeze the volume like this, or you can expand it by moving it up. I like to squish it down just a little bit like so, giving me a slightly better view of the price action chart, but certainly adjust that to your preference. When it comes to charting and technical analysis, I prefer to use TradingView directly. I'll quickly bring it into frame. Here on TradingView, you're going to have access to more indicators, more data, different asset classes. You can backtest strategies. There's just a heck of a lot more you can do with TradingView directly. And TradingView is free to use. The free version does have some pop-up advertisements that can be a bit distracting, but aside from that, it works perfectly fine. The version of TradingView that I use is a paid version, so at any point if you want to try a paid plan, you can do that for free for up to 30 days. Then you can make an informed decision if TradingView is a good fit for you or not. So I'm going to leave a link for TradingView in the description of this video as well as in the pinned comment down below. I also have a step-by-step beginner tutorial on how to set up and use TradingView, so I'll leave a link to that video for you in the description down below as well. Next to the price action chart is where you'll find your order book, and that's showing you where market participants have placed their orders to open long positions, betting on the price to go up, or short positions, betting on the price to go down, or their take profits on their open positions. So on the top side of this order book in red, you have the price points that market participants have placed their orders to open a short position or their take profits on their long positions. Down here in green, these are the price points that market participants have placed their orders to open long positions or their take profits on their short positions. And they're doing that by using limit orders, which I'll be demonstrating in this tutorial. The price in the middle of this order book is what's known as the mid price, and that's the price point that the underlying asset is currently trading at. So all these price points in red up above are greater than that mid price, and all these price points down below in green are less than that mid price. When a trader comes along and executes a market order, they're matched up with the best available price off this order book, and the trade is executed immediately, whether they're opening a long position or a short position. And I'll be demonstrating market orders in this tutorial as well. Down here where it says trades, these are all the trades being executed in real time. So these are traders that are executing market orders, and they're getting matched up with the best available price off the order book. All the buys or long positions are coming in green, and all the sells or short positions are coming in red. In the quantity column of recent trades, you can see the size of the trade that's been executed, and over here in the time column, you can see the time that that successful trade went through. When the market gets really volatile, you'll see this panel get very, very active. And right next to the order book is where you'll find your order panel, where you can open and close positions using limit orders, market orders. You can set up trigger orders as well. And I'll be demonstrating some of these in this tutorial. Up above the order panel, you'll find your margin mode. So in my case, it says isolated. Yours might say cross. More on that shortly. And you'll find the amount of leverage next to that. So you can see the green leverage. So mine says 2x. That's my long leverage. And the red 2x is my short leverage. More on that shortly as well. And right above the chart, you'll see where it says funding countdown. This is your funding rate. And you can see at the time of making this video that there's a positive funding rate of 0.01%. This means that any traders that are holding a long position are paying that funding rate to traders holding short positions. If you ever see a negative funding rate, that means traders holding short positions are paying the funding rate to traders holding long positions. Next to the funding rate, you'll see a countdown timer. So this funding period has 1 hour and 14 minutes remaining. So if that countdown timer reaches 0 and there's still a positive funding rate of 0.016%, that means traders holding the long position will be settling that funding rate with traders holding a short position. Now, it's always a good idea to keep an eye on the funding rate, because if the funding rate ever gets really high, it becomes expensive for traders to hold on to positions, and sometimes a really high funding rate can happen at an inflection point on the market. Now, the funding rate can vary. A high funding rate for Bitcoin might not necessarily be a high funding rate for altcoins. Sometimes I see really high funding rates on altcoins. So it'd be a good idea to do a little bit of research on the crypto that you're trading and try to figure out what a low or a high funding rate might be for the crypto that you're placing a trade on. Now for Bitcoin right here, a 0.016% funding rate is pretty normal. So this wouldn't be a canary in the coal mine. But do a little bit of research into the funding rate and try to figure out what a high funding rate might be for the coin that you'd like to trade. And up above the order panel is where you'll find your margin mode as well as your leverage. You can see in my case here, I'm set to isolated margin mode. Yours might say cross. If you want to change your margin mode, just give that a click. Then you'll get this pop-up window right here where you can toggle between isolated as well as cross margin mode. Simply click on the margin mode you wish to use. Now, in a nutshell, cross margin mode means that Tapbit will be using your entire derivatives account balance as collateral across all of your open positions, whether you have 2 open positions or 5 open positions. So if you get liquidated when using cross margin, you'll lose your entire derivatives account balance. But of course, you can always use stop losses to avoid getting liquidated. If you want to use isolated margin mode, you'd give it a click. And in a nutshell, isolated margin mode means that only what you put into a position as collateral is used as collateral. So all your positions are independent from one another. So if one of your positions gets liquidated, you'll only lose what you put into that position, not your entire account balance, unless you put your entire account balance into one particular position. Once again, you can always use stop losses to avoid getting liquidated. And I'll be demonstrating how to set stop losses in this tutorial. So simply click on the margin mode you wish to use. I'll go ahead and just select cross. Right down here is where you can change your leverage. Your long leverage can be changed here, and your short leverage can be changed here. You can use the slider bar down below, or you can type in a custom amount into these boxes. You can see in my case, I'm set to 2x long leverage and 2x short leverage. On cross margin, this means that I can put on position sizes 2 times greater than my account balance. If I was to change this, like let's say I want to do 5x leverage like so, that would mean I can put on position sizes 5 times greater than my account balance. If I was to change this to isolated margin mode, this would mean I can put on position sizes 5 times greater than the collateral needed to open that position. If I was to adjust this back to say 2x leverage, this would mean I can put on position sizes 2 times greater than the collateral that I put into that independent position. You get the idea. So simply choose a margin mode that works best for you. Now, quick disclaimer about leverage. Yes, leverage can maximize your gains, but it also maximizes your losses, and the more leverage that you use, the easier it is to get liquidated. So always keep that in mind when choosing the amount of leverage that you wish to trade with. I'll go ahead and just leave this set to 2x leverage for this tutorial. Once you choose your margin mode and the amount of leverage you wish to use, just come down here and click on confirm. Now when I come back up here to the order panel, you can now see that my margin mode is set to cross. You can see I'm using 2x leverage for long positions and 2x leverage for short positions. First, I'll demonstrate a market order. These order types are nice and simple. They'll execute immediately at the best available price off the order book, whether you're opening a long position, betting on the price to go up, or opening a short position, betting on the price to go down. So the first thing we want to do is choose the pairing we wish to trade. So we'll come up here, top left-hand side, then select a pairing from this drop-down menu or search for one in the search bar. I'm perfectly fine with Bitcoin, so I'll be leaving it set to BTC USDT. Then we'll head over here to the order panel, choose the margin mode you wish to trade with, as well as the amount of leverage you wish to use. After that, we'll make sure we're set to open, then we'll click right here on market. Next, we need to choose the size of the position that we wish to open. We can do that in the quantity box right here, or you can use the slider bar down below. You can see in my case here that the quantity box is set to USDT. But you can change this if you wish. Just come right over here, give that a click. You'll see there's a couple options here. You can do this in the underlying asset, so in my case that's Bitcoin, so if I clicked right here, you can see that I just toggled the quantity box over to BTC, which is the underlying asset that I'm currently trading. But my preference is USDT, so I'm just going to give that a click. And I like to use USDT order by cost. But certainly choose your preference. Now I can type in the amount of tether that I wish to use in this position in this box right here. And I can see my available balance right here. So if I want to, I can do 50 tether. But as I mentioned, you can also use this slider bar. So if I slid this up to say 50%, that's going to put 50% of my available balance into this position. If I slid this up to say 100% like this, that would put 100% of my available balance into this position. For this demonstration, I'll go ahead and just do 50 tether like this. But once you have your order set the way that you want it, you just come down here, click on open long if you're betting on the price to go up, or you click on open short if you're betting on the price to go down. I'll demonstrate with a long position, so I'll click right here. Then you'll get this order confirmation pop-up window, and you can confirm the details are what you intended. So you can see in my case here that I'm going to have to put 42 tether of my own money as collateral into this position, but I'm opening a position size of 85 tether, and that's because I'm using 2x leverage. So this looks good to me, so I'm going to come down here and click on confirm. And that order filled immediately at the best available price off of the order book. So now I'm in a long position. And if you look over here on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see your position on the chart itself, right in this little box here. You'll be able to see the details of your open position if you come down here. Make sure you're set to positions. If you're not, just give it a click. And here's where you'll see the details of your open position. You'll be able to see the size of your position right here. You'll be able to see your average entry price right below this. So in my case, this order filled at 85,502 off the order book. And right here, you'll see how much margin is tied up in that position. So in my case, currently 42.77 worth of tether is tied up as collateral in this position. Right here, you'll see your unrealized P&L. And in my case here, I'm turning a really tiny profit. Now, if you would like to add a take profit or a stop loss to your position that is already open, you would just come right over here and underneath TPSL, you'll see a little add button. Just go ahead and give that a click. Then you'll get this pop-up window right here where you can add a take profit in this box here and a stop loss in this box here. So just for the purpose of demonstration, let's imagine that I'm targeting 90,000 as my take profit. I'll just go ahead and type in 90,000 into this box right here, like this. And then let's imagine I want to set a stop loss at, say, 84,000. We'll come down here. We'll type that in like this. So if the price of Bitcoin was to come up to 90,000, this position will be closed and I'll be taking profit. But if this position was to go against me and price came down, touching 84,000, then my stop loss would get triggered and this position would be closed at a loss. You can see right here that Tapbit is estimating how much my profit would be if my take profit order gets hit, which in my case would be 4.49 USDT. Right down here, Tapbit will be estimating how much your loss would be if your stop loss got hit. But once you get your take profit and stop loss set up the way that you want it, you just come down here and click on confirm. Now I've set a take profit as well as a stop loss for this open position. If we come back up to the chart, you'll be able to see both of those marked out by these boxes right here. If at any point you want to amend these, you can just grab onto the box. Let's go ahead and do the take profit. I'm going to left click. Let's go ahead and drag this up like this. You'll get a pop-up window to confirm that's what you would like to do. Looks good to me, so I'm going to come down here and click on confirm. Now when we come back up to the chart, you can see I just easily amended my take profit up to 94,459. It's the same for the stop loss. If I just grab onto it with a left click, drag it down like this, get the pop-up window to confirm the details. Looks fine to me, so I'm going to come down here, click on confirm. Now when we come back up to the chart, you can see I just amended that stop loss to 81,460. So it's very easy to amend these. If you'd like to cancel them altogether, you can do that by clicking on this little box right inside the order you wish to cancel. So let's go ahead and cancel the stop loss by clicking on this X. We'll go ahead and click on confirm. And as you can see, I just removed the stop loss. We can also do this by coming down here. You'll see where it says TPSL if you give that a click. Here's where you'll see the details of your take profit and stop loss. Of course, my stop loss is already canceled, but if I want to cancel the take profit, we'd come over here on the right-hand side underneath operation, and we just click on cancel like this. And as you can see, that just instantly canceled my take profit. If at any point you'd like to manually close your position, we'll come back over here, we'll click on positions, and then we'll come over here. You'll see that there's a market option. This is known as flash close. If you click on that, it's going to close your position immediately at the best available price off of the order book. Another option is to use operation, which is similar to a limit order. So if I wanted to, I could type in a price point that I wish to close the position at. So it's kind of like setting a take profit. So I could go 90,000. In this box right here, I can choose how much of the position I wish to close. Of course, 85.8 is my entire position. But if you wanted to, you could do a partial close. So I could do say 40 like this if I wanted to. But 85.8 is fine with me. And then once you got that set up the way that you want it, you just simply click on close, and then you confirm the details. And if that looks good to you, you just click on confirm, but I'll go ahead and just click on cancel for now. And right over here, you have the reverse option. So in my case here, I'm in a long position. So if I was to click reverse, that's going to close this long position and open the exact same position as a short position in the other direction. So in my case, if I click on reverse, I'm going to be opening the same position size with the same margin mode and the same leverage, but I would be betting on the price to go down. That would lock in my little P&L over here, and then it would immediately open a short position. And of course, if you just want to close the position right away, just come over here underneath market, click on flash close. You'll be able to see the P&L that you'll be locking in right here. So in my case, I'm locking in 0.38 worth of tether, and you just simply click here on confirm. And as you can see, I just immediately closed that position at the best available price off the order book, and I locked in a tiny profit. Now, there is a way to set your take profit as well as your stop loss while you're placing your market order. So to get this done, we'd come up to the order panel, we'd make sure we're set to open, then we'd click on market. Once again, we'd choose the size of the position that we wish to open. I'll just go ahead and do 50 tether again like this. And this time I'll demonstrate with a short position betting on the price to go down. So to set my take profit and stop loss while I'm placing this order, I just come right down here and click on this little box. Then you'll get your take profit box right here and your stop loss box down below that. So let's head over here to the chart. And just for fun, let's imagine that I'm targeting the bottom of this wick right here as my take profit on my short position. I'll go ahead and grab a horizontal here from the drawing tools right next to trend line, click on this little triangle, then we'll grab a horizontal line right here. Now I'll come back over here to the chart and I'll go ahead and mark the bottom of that wick like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 78,227. And for this demonstration, I'll use that as my take profit target on this short position. So we'll come back over here to take profit. We'll type that in, 78,227. Now let's go ahead and set the stop loss. So we'll come back over here to the chart, and let's imagine that I want to set my stop loss just up above these two moving averages, maybe somewhere around here at 89,000. Once again, I'll grab a horizontal and I'll mark that out. We'll go something like this, just for fun, just for the purpose of demonstration. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 88,869, and I'll just go ahead and use that as my stop loss. So we'll come back over here to this box, we'll type that in, 88,869. Now that I have my order set up the way that I want it, I'll come down here and click on Open Short. You'll get your order confirmation pop-up window, so confirm the details are what you intended. So you can see in my case here, if I was to fire this order off right now, the cost of it would actually be 43 tether, and I'd be opening a position size of 85 tether because I'm on 2x leverage. But this time we can also see our take profit and stop loss that will be added immediately if I was to execute this position. So if everything looks the way that you intended, you just come down here and click on confirm. And I just opened that position immediately at the best available price off the order book. When we come up here to the chart, we can see that short position in this little box right over here on the left-hand side. But we can also see the stop loss and take profit was added immediately. And of course, we're able to amend these by left-clicking on them, dragging them on the chart wherever you want. So we could move the stop loss way up there if we wanted to, confirm the details. And once again, same for the take profits. Let's just imagine I want to grab onto that, drag it down, confirm the details. And as you can see, the take profit just got moved all the way down to 69,067. If I want to cancel those, we'll just click on the little X inside this box, confirm, and we'll do the same for the stop loss, like this. And as you can see, I just got rid of that take profit and stop loss. Another way we can instantly close our positions is coming over here on the chart, left-hand side. You can see my short position right here. We'll just click on this little X right here. Then we'll click on confirm. And that order filled immediately at the best available price off the order book, and I actually just locked in another tiny little profit. So that's how you can set up take profits and stop losses while you're placing a market order. Now I'll demonstrate a limit order. These order types give you the ability to choose a price point that you wish to place an order to open a long position, or a price point that you wish to place an order to open a short position. And you'll be placing these orders onto the order book. Now for these order types to work, you will need the price of the asset to reach your order price before your order will fill and execute the position. So to use a limit order, once again, come up here, top left-hand side, choose the pairing you wish to trade. Then we'll head over here to the order panel. We'll make sure we're set to open. We'll choose the margin mode as well as the leverage we wish to use. This looks fine to me, so I'll leave it set to that. Next, we'll click right here on limit. Now we need to choose a price point that we wish to place an order at. And for this demonstration, I'll place an order to open a long position. So let's quickly head over here to the chart. And for the purpose of the demonstration, let's imagine that I want to place an order somewhere down around the bottom of this wick right here to open a long position, just for the sake of demonstration. I've already marked that wick with this horizontal here, so I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart coming in at 78,227. And I'll go ahead and use that price point to place an order to open a long position. So we'll come back over here to the order panel, and I'll type that price into this box right here. We'll go 78,227. So if the price of Bitcoin comes down to 78,227, this order is going to fill and put me in a long position. So now I need to choose the size of the position I wish to open, and I'll go ahead and just use the quantity box here, and I'll do a cost size of 50 tether. So I'll be opening a position approximately 2 times greater than that. Of course, if you want to add a take profit and stop loss while you're placing this order onto the order book, you just make sure this box is checked right here. Then you'd add your take profit into this box and your stop loss into this box. So just for fun, we'll come back over here to the chart, and let's imagine that I want to set a stop loss maybe just below this little stutter step of price action right here. Maybe I'm thinking to myself, if Bitcoin was to roll over, fill my order, but then continue to the downside, that maybe I want to make sure I get stopped out somewhere just below this price action here, because perhaps I believe at that point, Bitcoin might be going even lower and I don't want to get absolutely wrecked. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab a horizontal here out of the drawing tools, and let's go ahead and mark a spot just below this wick right here, just for the sake of demonstration like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis of the chart that is coming in at 74,186. And I'll go ahead and use that price point as my stop loss. So I'll come over here and I'll type that into stop loss. We'll go 74,186. Now let's go ahead and add a take profit. So we'll come back over here to the chart. And just for fun, let's imagine that I'm targeting the top of these candle bodies right here. So I'll go ahead and head over here, grab a horizontal, and I'm going to mark the top of that out like this. Now I can see a price point on the y-axis coming at 94,392, and I'll just go ahead and use that price point to set my take profit. So we'll come down here, we'll type that in, we'll go 94,392. Now that I have my order set up the way that I want it, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to click on open long. Now we can confirm the details are what we intended. You can see that a take profit will be added immediately at 94,392, and a stop loss will be added at 74,186. So this looks fine to me. I'm going to come down here and click on confirm. Now I've placed that limit order onto the order book. Now if we come up to the chart, we can see it right here inside this little green box. So if the price of Bitcoin was to roll over, coming down to the price of 78,227, this order is going to fill and I'll be opening a small long position. If that position opens, a stop loss is going to be added at 74,186 and a take profit will be added at 94,392. So for this trade idea to work, I need price to come down, fill my order, then I'd be looking for a bounce and for price to come all the way up here to 94,392 to trigger my take profit. If price just continues to the downside, well, I'll be stopped out right here at 74,186. You'll be able to see the details of your open orders on the order book. If you come down here, click where it says open orders. And here's where you'll find your limit orders that are resting on the order book. If at any point you want to cancel it, you just come over here on the right hand side underneath operation and you'd click on cancel. And I just removed that limit order. And of course that canceled my take profit and stop loss at the same time. So as you can see, limit orders give you the ability to choose a price point where you wish to enter a long position or a price point that you wish to enter a short position. But price action does need to reach your order price before that order is going to fill and open your position. But that's how you can use a limit order. And there you have it, your introduction to trading futures on the Tapbit crypto exchange. If you got some value out of that, don't forget to leave me a like and hit subscribe for future content. Also feel free to check out my other Tapbit tutorials, which I put together in a playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for coming by and checking out this video. Looking forward to seeing you in the next one. And until I do, have yourself a powerful day.